Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bobby Prince Jr. Today, I want to give out my testimony about never feel ashamed of who you are. No matter what people say about you, no matter what, people think of you or how they take your personality, you should never feel ashamed or hate yourself and stuff like that. Every time that, I end up told God that I want to become cold-hearted. I don't want to love other, care for other no more. I don't want to be that good-hearted no more at all. Another time that I told a loved one that I hate myself for being good-hearted. I feel ashamed of myself being a good-hearted or having a good heart. You know, uh, when I look at myself as a good-hearted, if I look at myself what God created me to be, is love, care for others, hugger, say positive thing about others that they need to hear, like sweetie, sweetheart, beautiful, and stuff like that. Thing that they need to hear, that positive they need to hear, that they need. But it been time people go around to I love and care way too much. God. God love us and care for us way too much, regardless of Santa or not Santa. But God love and care for us way too much. Sometimes it just go back and make me think if a brother and sister, if they get aggravated about a brother and sister love and care for them too much, do they get aggravated with God love and care for them too much? You know, and each time, each time I really hate myself for being good hearted, the time that, I feel ashamed for having a good heart, wish I never had none of that, wish I can become a cold hearted, that would end up upset God because I told God that I want to become a cold hearted. I don't want to think about love and care no more, anyone no more, so I ain't have to worry about it anymore. But, God was with me through all summer while I was battling with the depression. And then, God always telling me that I should never feel ashamed for who I am because, that way He created me to be, that way He raised me to be a good hearted, to have a good heart, to love, care for others, say positive things about others, regard beautiful, call them sweetie, call them sweetheart. Just about every female that I go to church with, I curse on church, I call them 3 words. You don't believe me, you can ask them. My trainer, I call her these 3 words. Don't believe me, you can ask her. They always legit say yeah to that because I have called them all that. But me grew up become a hugger regardless. It me, have my shoulder to let them use my shoulder to cry on, hurt them to take that pain away from them, or like hurt them in general to break that day. I always become a hugger, end up become more a hugger than I was, then high five, shake hand, all that. Um, that's something God created me to become, as a man, as a me growing up, more mature and all. And God also created me to be the type of guy that throw positive at people because regard calling them beautiful, sweetheart, sweetie, any other positive, letting them know they're special, they love, they care. Um, some people take sweetie, sweetheart, beautiful at disrespect these days because it could be many more names that can be called in the whole world, and I wear people call me the sweetheart, sweetie, beautiful, which I be thinking it's weird when people call a guy beautiful because maybe I'm used to get called handsome and all, but I would be called though, it's called worse, but I don't take it as disrespect, but I take it as a positivity. Might be that positivity I need to hear, you know, but You know, and God always want me to love and care for others, be there for them best way I can. Try to put some positive in them that they need to hear. Try to put a smile on their face, let them know they're special, make them feel special, you know, and so many ways, you know, and you know. But my soul story, you know, what got me through that depression, what got me to a point that I hate myself, I was ashamed of myself and all because I went in a place that made me uncomfortable being myself. I went in a place that made me feel ashamed of being myself, made me hate myself for who I am, the good hearted, the love and care for others, you know, me throwing positive at them because I always get taken the wrong way at the time. You know, so many more, you know, I hate myself for who I am. And God knew that he gonna put me, he gonna get me sometime because at the time, it felt like I couldn't hear God's voice at all because it's so many things distracting me from hearing his voice. So, you know, so God had a different plan at the time, you know, and this is something I will never forget. They probably like the best thing of 2018 because it sort of helped me finally. It kind of helped me finally connect to God. Finally got to God without being distracted, without none of the distract come to me and so. You know, I finally got to God because I never forget the day. And two people I can thank for this situation every single day. God, one of them, automatically. God, one of, and my trainer, the other one, because it all started. You know, this is when I'm trying to destroy depression again. This is when I'm trying to build myself back up, and this is when I'm trying to love myself again for who I am, because one day my trainer went and worked out by herself and all, and then God made a call for her to go to Keystone Cabot on Friday night and take me with her. So, you know, so she gave me a phone call and talked to me what God laid in her heart on. And then before I pick up that phone, or at the time when I'm listening to her, God said, listen, and then I hear God saying, listen good and careful because I'm working on y'all both. So, and then he also told me at the time when I'm listening to her talking to me about what God laid in her heart, God also told me they're going to be the start to build yourself back up. So I ended up agreeing to go with her to Cabot Garden and all. We ended up went to Cabot Garden after our workout and everything. And boom, God amazing. He worked it out. He's starting to build me up, you know, at the time and all. But then, you know, no matter what you feel, that when God want me to take a break for a couple of things and all. And then God put me in touch to realize who I can talk to, who there for me, who I'm more comfortable to talk to, who I'm more comfortable to be myself around and all. So the more I realize it, God finally put me in a place that best for me, where I can be myself, where he don't have to worry about hearing me say I hate myself for being good hearted. I hate myself for having a good heart and none of that. So God have worked on me, guys, to the point